Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Hope Shot Sunday Night Live topics. Tonight we got a special guest. We got Lance, man, that joined us, man. This is freaking awesome. We got him out here. You know how long it took us to get him here? He drove all the way from. Oh wait, never mind. He didn't drive.
Nope.
We beamed him in.
Beamed him right in.
We're
right
living
here
in
to the Hope
Star
Shot.
Trek, baby.
Hey, man, I hope you guys had a great Sunday, man. Mine was great, full of laziness, and I love those, and food prep. So, welcome back. Thank you for being here. If you guys are just jumping on, tuning in, jump on and give us a comment, man. Let us know you're here. Also, please share our live feed. It helps support us. And then put in the comments that you shared. Let us know you shared so we can show people that you're sharing this stuff and supporting us. And, we appreciate all y'all. I'm going to let Caesar read our clarity statement.
Before I read it, I just want to thank James because it's working and I can see them all on the right-hand side of my screen, James. You are amazing, sir. Okay, the Hope Shot clarity statement. We here at the Hope Shot are a group of people in recovery, spreading inspiration. We come from all different walks of life and pathways of recovery. Our verbiage may be different at times, but we all have one thing in common. Recovery is a lifestyle. We support all pathways of recovery. It does not matter how you get from A to Z, just get there. And thank you for being a part of our Hope Shot family.
Thank you, Caesar. I just wanted to put some comments up here, people sharing it. We got Helen. Thank you so much, Helen, for sharing this. Christina, we appreciate you sharing out the Hope Shot. We got Carrie sharing. Appreciate you. Dustin, appreciate you. Every week you're doing the same thing, man. We appreciate you so much, man. Always supporting. You are a rock star, man. And we got Jamie. Jamie, thank you so much. Let's see. We got Christina. Christina, thank you for the share. Allie, what's up, Allie? I know she's gonna share it. She's a trooper. And we got Joseph on here. Anyways, so tonight, guys, we're just gonna do a check-in. Switch that up. We're gonna hey, when we get on here, we're talking about all kinds of things, figuring out what we want to talk about. You know, we come on here a little bit earlier and we kind of just conversate of what we want to talk about. And today James has a good one. He always has these good ones, man. And it's a really good one because our relationships with people outside in the world, man, you know, we're in recovery and being transparent about our recovery as well. And letting people know, you know, like when we have to, you know, call it quits on certain things we do. So James, I'm going to let you say it because you say it better than me probably, but I'm going to let you take it away.
He knows I hate going first. I'm about done coming up with these topics.
Listen.
First of all, I want to thank everybody, man. I'm looking at these comments and I'm seeing share after share after share, and it's so huge and it's so important, man. And we love you and thank you for spreading the love and being with us. So there's that, man. And you know, I come up with these topics based on like experience, right? Like recovery and living and like the shit that happens to us throughout the week and you know, sometimes as an addict, man, I still want to get out there and shake a tail feather. I want to be a part of the scene. I want to be amongst people in my city and my community. And like it sounds really good when I'm in my home, right? And like I'm comfy and I want to get out of the house. And then I get places and it's not really what I thought it was going to be, you know? So needless to say, I went to Chasco. And if you're from a different city or county or state listening in, Chasco for us is a big event. We throw it every year. It's a week long, I believe. And, you know, they do tons of shows and bands and carnivals and whatnot. And our downtown is just lit. People everywhere. And so we went out, we were listening to some music, we seen some friends, we went to a coffee shop and drank some espresso and it started getting late, you know, and like my daughter is just like me. She loves the fun, the adventure. Like she never wants to be home. She always wants something to go do. My daughter definitely suffers from FOMO, failure of missing out, like for sure, like just like her father. Like it's I'm missing something, I know it, you know. And And so we go out, and like I said, we had a great time, and it starts the sun sets, and downtown is a lot of bars, man, and I'm listening to people, and they're just getting rowdy, and even when we were over there by the music, listening, watching people go back and forth, and they're all drinking their beers, my addict mind goes, you know, what am I doing here? You know, it's hard for me to say, man, just enjoy the music. You know, just enjoy being out of your home, you know. And so anyways, it's getting dark, and we get done with our espressos, and we start going back. We were going to go back on over there and listen to music, and I just heard the craziness start to happen. And you know, I looked at my wife, and I was like, man, it's probably time for us to go. You know, it's time for us to be safe, because my recovery is my responsibility, right? And like, I can't expect the world to change, like, dude. And I said it on the post the other day, like, you know, people are going to have fun tonight. They're going to have a few drinks, and they're going to go home. You know, and that's the truth. They can do that. My mind is off-centered, and it cannot do that. I have a lot of drinks, and I go homeless. You know what I mean? Like, that's my story. You know, and it was rough, dude, trying to explain to my daughter, who's 8 years old, like, why can't we stay? You know, why do we have to leave, Dad? And you know, she didn't get it, but like, I tried to tell her, like, you know, do you like the life we have today? Yeah. Well, that all goes away if Dad stays here with these people. And that's my true story. You know, she might not have understood it at 8 years old, but you know who did? This guy. Like, that's acceptance for me, you know, and like, that's my reality, dude. And, you know, it sucked. She cried. She was upset. She did what 8-year-olds do, right? And that's okay. My job is to protect her from having a better life today. You know, I have a living amends I have to make to my older children that I brought through the ringer because of my addiction. My house and my lifestyle was the party, you know, and I caused a lot of chaos in my life with them too, my older ones, and well, 3, 4, all of them. But like, we get into recovery, and like, I have a responsibility, you know, and it's okay that I don't do the same things I used to anymore. You know, as a father, I get a chance to protect her from that craziness, and it's funny because we got in the car, she stopped crying, and we made a left onto Main Street to go to 19, right? And as soon as we make that left, there's cops there. Literally, so you know, there's two ways of traffic, right? We make our left and this way. Well, there's a cop blocking somebody off, and another cop behind the car. And my wife looked at Bev and said, "That's exactly why we leave, sweetheart, because we don't need that in our life, you know." And she got it. She got over it, but you know, it had me and my feelings, you know, and like, I got right on our group text, man, and I just wanted to thank you guys, because the accountability I have to this group, and putting my face onto here, and to with you guys, the people that I love, makes it a little bit more easier for me to go home, you know, and get another day clean, you know. So that was my experience this weekend. Now I will say this, and I'll end on this. I did have a really good time. It was nice to get out of the house. I'm really grateful. I know when it's time to go home. I'm really grateful. I no longer want to live in the chaos, and I'm really grateful that I'm finally starting to find peace with what recovery has to offer. You know, sometimes I have a mind that says life is boring, it's never going to be the same, this and that, you know. And for an addict like me, man, it takes some acceptance to understand that recovery is the best thing for me, you know. So with that, I'm grateful for another day clean, guys, and I'm grateful to be on here. And I'm not on here telling you how I fucked up at the Chasco, you know. So
true.
really grateful for that, man, because I'm one bad decision away from ruining my whole fucking life. And that's the truth. You know, one bad decision. So just for today, I'm grateful I can make a good decision. And shout out to Indianapolis, Indiana. Fuck yeah. All right, I'm done.
Are you, James? Thank you for sharing that, James. Yeah, and it is true, man. Going to these events, man, it's a different feel, you know, and we have to protect ourselves and know our own boundaries. This is a personal thing. Knowing our own personal boundaries and what's acceptable, and knowing when we have to throw in the towel and just go, you know. But you know, we had a similar experience. Me and Caesar for Kelly's birthday. We go to a bowling alley. We're like, yeah, let's go to the bowling alley, man. We're gonna go, you know, with some lanes, you know. Caesar has his kids. We're going to the bowling alley, man, and they're like, one thing we're like, we're gonna stay anyways, but because it was like an hour and a half wait. These bowling alleys are popping. Like, I don't know if it's the bar in there and they're serving drinks like crazy.
It was 100% the bar. The bar was popping.
It's dude, and listen, my place was Hurricanes, bro. That was like, it was the bowling alley. That was our spot. And it got, dude, we were in there for like what, 5-10 minutes, and there's a
broke out.
Yeah. And it's like, we're like, oh shit, this is why I don't go out. Safe place, home. You know, and just James, man, you brought it up.
The kids around us too. We were like, all right, let's go, pack it up.
Yeah, and then we go outside, and then they got people, man, I'm gonna knock that old dude out. Blah. I'm like, oh shit, man, there's me. Yep, that used to be me, you know. And then like it's just that's reality, you know what I mean?
Listen, that girl said it the best, man. If y'all remember her name, please tell me her name.
Lindsay.
She said, I'm past my house time. She said, not my bedtime, but past my house time, bro. And that shit, you know, in recovery, we get these light bulbs that go off. Bro, I'll never forget that. Whoever you were, thank you for sharing that experience with us, because that will always stick with me. That it is okay to have a house time.
It's Lindsay, bro.
Lindsay. Thank you, Lindsay.
Yeah, man, the going out, like, okay, so when I first got into recovery, because like I own a business, man, we got to do normal practical things, doing what we do, right? In everyday life, it's like I'm the one that has the freaking problem. I have how they say it, like I have overexceeded my adult card. So I forgot what they said. I think Johnny said it last week or something. God, I wish he was here. No offense, Lance, but he said something, man. Oh wait, what was it? Chemical dependency. I have lost my piece of. I've lost my. Gosh, forget it. I'm done. I'll figure it out, and I'll freaking.
You're getting closer. I remember.
I'm so close
now, dude. You're getting closer.
Remember?
He's so close.
I'm so close.
Lisa, we know you're watching. Type it in what he said.
Yes, type in. Help me out here. Throw me a life observer. But when I first got in here, man, like I'd go to these events, man, and I was like, I'm in recovery, and like I got, you know, a bulletproof vest, and like, you know, like I go in these events, man, and like, you know, when it's time to go, you know, when they start screaming, when they start go, woo, it's time to go. You know, when they get that Ric Flair going, you got to go. You know,
I'm like, bitch, it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Calm down, Ric Flair.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, to get the Ric Flairs going, man, you got to go, man. It's like the hooping and hollering, you know. And like me and Tiffany, because she would come with me, and we're like, yeah, we'll go for a little bit, you know. And we're sitting there sipping on water, and the next thing you know, we hear the first woo, and we're like, just gotta go, you know. But you know, and it's okay, you know, to leave when you need to. But trying to explain to people that you're in recovery, and they're like, wait, so you don't drink? And I'm like, no, you don't. No, I'm allergic.
It's in the comment, bro. It's in the comment. We have given up our right to a chemical peace of mind.
Boom. Thank you, Chip. We have given up our right to a chemical peace of mind, and that is so true. It is so true. I've over exceeded my freaking limits on multiple occasions, and I'm not allowed that anymore. So, but you know, I'd always be asked, man, going out to these events, and people would be like, "Yo, what do you mean you don't drink ever?" Like, and I'm like, "No," and I'd always tell them, and this sounds, I don't tell everybody this, but I always say I break out in strip clubs and cocaine, so I can't drink. And that's my truth. You know what I mean? Like, I don't stop at one drink. I keep going until like the party's done, 7 a.m. Even, it's insane. But some people, they can do that. You know, that's a normal thing. Um, but trying to explain that to people, man, it's like the most awkward experience sometimes when that question comes up, because I'm like, nah, man, I don't drink. And then you're like trying not to tell them you're in recovery, but you're trying to like go around the issue. You know what I mean? Go around it. And
The
then
best
finally,
thing
like, all right,
is
dude.
they're like, wait, you don't even smoke weed? No, because I'm a fucking adult. No,
Yeah.
don't. I like narcotics, motherfucker. Leave me alone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they like sex on the beach, and I'm like, nah, I like more than that, bro. You know what I mean? A lot more than that. And so it's like, it's really, it used to be really awkward trying to tell people that, because I was trying to, like, you know, not break anonymity. You know, I'm trying to be anonymous, you know, and not tell people exactly, because for one thing, I was still that guy that was like, didn't want to tell anybody about it. You know what I mean? I was like, I ain't telling nobody. Like, I don't want people to find out, you know, who I am or what I do, you know, because like, for one thing, I was ashamed of that guy still, you know, and I was talking to James about this not so long ago, like this, when this whole thing started, you know, I was like, when the dude was like putting me out there, like, they found me out, bro. Like, I'm screwed, like, because of who I was, that shame and guilt that I still carried along. Like, I didn't want anybody to find me out. You know, this is who I was, because I still held on to that dude, and like, that's who I was. You know what I mean? Like, because of the judgment, you know, I didn't want anybody to judge me for my past or what I've done or the life I used to live, you know, and nobody freaking even looks at it like that, man. A lot of people respect the fact that people are in recovery. Like, they respect it wholeheartedly, and it's amazing, you know, but like, that was me, man. I like held on to that, like, people are going to find me out and then judge me, you know, but it's totally the opposite of what it is, you know. But anyway, so that's my take. But let's see. I know, Caesar, you want to go. Um, let's see. I just want to say what's up. What's up, Phil? Um, glad to see you in the comments, man. I haven't seen you in a while, man. And I definitely need to reach out to you, man. Just trying to give you a little bit of time, man. He just lost his mom this past week. I think it was past 2 weeks. So prayers for you, man, for peace. For everybody up there, your family. I love you, dude. Let's see. We got Amy in here from Aurora, Colorado. What's up, Aurora? And we got Jess in here from PA. Sharon, appreciate you, from Pennsylvania. It's freaking awesome. Let's see. All right, Caesar, go ahead. Hey, real quick, guys, if you're just jumping on, please share this. Let us know you shared it. Put it in the comments. Appreciate y'all. Go, Caesar.
Wait. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Wait, James, what?
I wish I had the power to mute you guys, but I don't. Anyway, so, you know, for you guys that grew up around here, it was Chasco. For me, it was Gasparilla. I'm born and raised in Tampa. And, you know, for me, early on, I had to accept the fact that I was an alcoholic, I was an addict. And part of that acceptance is letting go of things that I don't have any business doing anymore. I don't have any business going to a day parade that I got drunk at for 10 hours a day for the better part of my life. You know, like, that was the goal there, was to get blackout drunk every year. I don't need to go prove to myself that I can do it. It's not something I do anymore. It's taken out of the rotation completely. I accept the fact that I don't need to be a part of things that center around drinking. And I'm okay with that, because I can count my blessings and look at all the things that have come into my life because of recovery. And those things far outweigh what I had to let go of. So I don't go to Gasparilla. So I don't know. I don't hang out in bars and shoot pool anymore. There's like 2 or 3 things. I can count them on one hand compared to the millions of blessings that have come into my life. And as far as, telling people, and I'm sorry about the beeping, but there's things cooking and there's stuff going on and there's crafting going on in the background. There's all kinds of stuff. But
I thought that was me. I'm like, what the hell is
no, it's all over. There's all kinds of stuff going on just off screen. But I was told early on that I might be the only example of recovery that somebody sees in a day, and that I need to carry myself that way. And that means I can't be afraid to say that I'm in recovery. And this is for me. Everybody else is different. I keep my fellowship anonymous, but I wear my recovery because it's my life. Without my recovery, I literally have nothing. And before I met Justin, before I met really anybody on here, I knew Lance, but I've always celebrated it because in my literature, it says that, my dark past is going to become my biggest asset. So why am I going to hide my biggest asset? I tell everybody, man, this is where I came from and this is where I am now. So that way, when they're struggling, they go, oh, crap. What was that guy's name that was a low bottom junkie that's got a job now? And he's really seems like a pretty good dude. Maybe they'll reach out to me. So I've always shared that. Social media. If anybody asks if I'm at a wedding, why aren't you drinking? Because I'm in recovery. Can't have a drink. It's not my thing. Doesn't work out well for me. And then after a few weddings, after a few things, I come to find out that there's other people in those weddings and those venues that go, oh, yes, man. I'm so glad you said that, man. You want to hang out? Hell yeah, I want to hang out, man. We can talk about stuff and have a good time. And people need that. Early on, I needed that. I got invited to a sober New Year's Eve party in my first year sober. I was like, what the hell is that going to look like? That seems counterproductive. What do y'all do? I don't understand because I associated everything with getting hammered. It was like New Year's Eve, you get hammered. Gasparilla, you get hammered. Monday, you get hammered. Tuesday, Wednesday, all days that end in Y, you get hammered. So I didn't have any perspective. And then I see this group of people come together and start playing board games and laughing and turning on music at midnight and they're dancing. I did not dance. I'm not that comfortable in my own skin in year one. They're like, come on, man, come out and dance. No, I will sit outside with the 3 other new guys that are lost and we'll talk about dancing. But it was, I needed the experience of seeing that I could do these things. And like James is saying, I kind of find out what I like and what I don't like as I grow in recovery. So it turns out I love going to concerts still, whether I'm hammered or not. I'll go with Nate and we'll go. We'll have sober people around us and we'll go and we'll listen to music and we'll have a great time. Fishing, turns out I do not like fishing. I've shared this before. I only like drinking on a boat. I don't actually like fishing. All those times that I went fishing in the past, could care less about the fishing. It was all about the drinking. I caught a buzz. So I don't really go fishing anymore. I like to go on a boat, go skiing or something like that. But I'm blessed. I get to learn what I like. I have a choice today. I'm not caught in the bondage of self anymore. I'm not caught in the grips of addiction anymore. It doesn't dictate what I do. I have choices. And one of the biggest choices I have every day is to share my story and share my recovery with somebody else. Zero shame in my game. Anybody wants to know, whether it's business, personal, anything. There is no business. There is no anything without my recovery. So why would I hide it? That's what gave me everything. So I'm open with everyone. My first boss in recovery hired me knowing what he was hiring. A guy that's trying to build a better life. The career that I have now, they hired me knowing that I'm a person in long-term recovery, because it's important for me that they know that, like, this is who you're hiring. I have a past. I've got a record. I've got a really long record, But right now I'm coming up on a track record of 8 years of doing the right thing. And that's, to me, shit, that's impressive. Like I couldn't do 8 days without getting arrested. Now I'm coming up on 8 years of doing the right thing. My kids, we came into the relationship and we each had a kid similar in age. Maya knows all about recovery. She went to meetings. She went to the clubhouses with Kelly. She knows all about it since she was 2. Emma was never exposed to it. So she only hears what we talk about in here. But what they do know is I show up for everything. I'm here every night. I'm reading the books. I'm doing the homework. The lights are not going to get turned on. And if they have questions, we'll answer any questions they want. I remember one time they said something to the effect of like, oh, they sell alcohol in this store? Isn't that illegal? Or it was something. I was like, no, it's not illegal, honey. It's just mommy and daddy don't drink. It doesn't do well for us. Some people can drink and it's great and they have a great time and we don't judge them for that. It's not for us. But, I don't want them to have a bias in their head that anybody who has a drink is a bad person. So I don't do that. There's lots of people that can have a couple beers and they're great people. The people on the screen aren't those people. We're the people that cannot have one of anything, period. We can't have any mood, mind altering substances because we go ham and that's what we do. And that's okay because we're reaching people today and able to tell them that they're not weirdos. They're not freaks, that this is normal. And there's a whole bunch of us normal people out there. And we can all get together and be awkwardly authentic together and have a great life. Ollie wants to be on screen. Stop it, buddy. So everybody in my life, every relationship I have from family to outside of family knows exactly who I am and where I place my recovery. And I think it's important. Reason being, when they have a problem with one of their kids, anybody like that, my messenger starts blowing up. Hey, I don't know what to do, but I know that you were a train wreck and now you're not. What'd you do? And it gives me an opportunity to be of service. And if I had my mouth shut the whole time and I never talked about these things, they wouldn't reach out to me. Let the dog say what's up. Ollie's famous. So that's all I got, man. Thank you guys for letting me share.
Thank you, Caesar. Yeah, that's another thing, man. I just went to a wedding and like it was people that are not in recovery and I had fun, they're all lit. But it's like me and my wife like stayed together like a little buddy system, you know what I mean? But it was fun, it was super fun. And it's not like we can't have fun, and be places and go places and be like scared of it. You know what I mean? It's just knowing the limitations. So I'm going to let Lance go ahead and share a little bit, man, on this topic. What's up, Lance?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you for coming.
It's a good topic, man. I've been sober a minute and my family knows, like my kids, we watch Cops, they ask questions, I tell them, like they know. And the weird thing is funny, this come up the other day. We were driving to the store and our 10-year-old, she goes, Dad, what made you decide to stop being bad? And I was like, whoa. And I'm like, and I told her, I said, what made me stop wanting to be bad was I got tired of hurting people. I got tired of hurting myself. I got tired of not being there. And I just got tired of living that life. And I gave it to her, in 10-year-old language about that life a little bit and living that way. And then I asked her, I said, because I'm thinking, is she thinking about being bad? What's the deal? Why do you want to know why Daddy quit? You thinking about getting into a life of crime and debauchery or what? So I said, what made you ask me that? And she said, well, I just saw a sign that said God helps on it or whatever on this thing we drove past. And I'm like, and then that brought up that conversation. I was like, if it wasn't for God, honey, Daddy wouldn't be here. Daddy wouldn't be doing what he does, because she knows we give money to the guys with the signs out there, and she knows what they do, a lot of them, that they have substance use or whatever. and they know we still give them money, that they're not bad people, that we're sick people, we're hurting people that need help, and the stigma's huge. And I try to start with my kids and my family and the people around us to let them know, you know, these are hurt people. These are brothers, sisters, mothers, they have family, they have people that love them. And just because the consequences have ended them up where they're at doesn't make them bad. If anything, they need love. They need that. So I try to teach that with my kids and show them, hey, we help these people. We talk to them. They need love. They feel, I've been homeless. I know what it feels like to be out there and not loved. So, and like Caesar was saying, like, we want to be able to go into wherever we can go and reach people. I have to be strong in my recovery too. How am I supposed to go in the dope hole and help somebody out if it's going to trigger me? So I got to be strong in my recovery, and people got to know who to call. I'm like the go-to guy to get people into detox. My phone will blow up. Hey man, can you get us in? I said, let me check, let me call and see what we can do. And I want to be that guy. I want to be there on the front line to help people. But if I don't put it out there, how are people going to know that that's what I'm about? But usually you can take one look at us and go, we're either hardcore in recovery or we're either hardcore into drugs. Because when I went to grad school, the professor said, he goes, if you're not in substance abuse, I will eat my hat. I said, yeah, you're right. I'm in substance abuse. So, but I think it was a good topic, and I think it's good to let people know, what we're about, and set those boundaries and set those limits and reinforce them. And they don't have to get it. I need to get it. I need to know what I can and can't do, where I got to go and what I can do. And when it's time to call it a night, it's time to call it a night. And we're going home to a warm house, and we're going to keep everything we worked hard to get. And I'm not going to let it go from one night of some Ric Flair and trying to put my toe in the water or just soak up what I don't belong being around. So I thought it was a good topic. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Hey Lance, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
So I could just assume, and I know what assuming is, but I have a good feeling we're one of the same, right? And like we probably come from a rough background and hardcore users, right? And now, did you have? Well, I guess the question depends on, were your kids around when you were using?
No,
Okay.
they weren't. They were with family and with other people, so they never really got to see me in it.
But what I'm saying is they were alive, right?
Yes.
Okay, so do you ever? And I guess anyone can answer this question, man. But like, do you guys ever catch yourself paying attention to the conversations you have with others and go, "Did that shit just come out of my mouth?" But like a good way, like, who just said that? Like, I look at the conversations I have with my kids, Lance, and I think to myself, when I was using, it was not even close. Do you ever get that? Do you ever get that mindset? And like, how do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, a lot of times, especially now with kids and parents. Like, I'm reading parenting books. Like, I never wanted to participate. Like, kids, even in early recovery, were just like a hassle, and like, man, like just another bill I had to pay. Seriously, I didn't enjoy them. I didn't have fun with them. They were just like a burden because I was so irritated and untreated. And now that I'm not, I find myself wanting to spend time with them and then talking to them about and using life situations and teaching them from that. And I get the same revelations all the time, man.
Dude, I love how you said that, Lance. Like it's a burden. It's another bill. Because that's exactly what it was. Like, who can I pawn my kids off on so I can go have my own fucking fun? Like, you're holding me down.
Facts.
Yeah, and it's like it's so blurred. You know what I mean? Like, if anything, I'm holding them down. You know what I mean? Like, and it's crazy, man. And James, I'm with you on those conversations. Like, I'm like, bro, what are we doing right now? We're like adult level 50 right now. You know what I mean? Like, and like talking to my kids and like how it blows my mind because like, I don't know, man, the way I was raised, man, it's totally different than the way I talk to my kids or try to parent them. And like, they're smart, bro. And I'm like, bro, like some things, man, I'm in awe most of the time. In awe.
And listen, it's not, I mean, my kids, I really get it because I can remember the conversations I had with my kids, but I see that in a lot of my conversations with people today, like, recovery is bringing out a whole different side of James. Like, we have a thing that says Lost Dreams Awaken. I don't know if they were Lost Dreams Awaken because I don't know, ever remember having these dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was cut off. I've been using since a teenager, man. You know, like, it blows my mind to have the ability to tell somebody how I feel in a calm manner, or give them life advice of, hey, man, I see you doing this. Before it was so different. Like, fuck it, YOLO. You know what I mean? Like,
There's still some YOLO, bro. Come on. There's still some YOLO.
My wife's watching.
Yeah, or somebody asks you for advice and they're bitching and you jump on the bitching train, and instead of saying, hey man, you need to turn that around. But I feel you, James. Like, I catch myself saying things, telling somebody to do something, but only because that's how I'm living. Not telling them to do something that I wouldn't do. And then I stop and go, who the hell am I that sounded pretty good. And then I realize I'm just repeating something that somebody taught me, that somebody taught that person, that somebody taught that person. And now we sound wise because we're making wise decisions that were passed down from generation to generation to us. And that's the beauty of this thing that we're in. We don't have to have original thoughts when it comes to recovery. We just have to be able to take suggestions and be open-minded and pass that knowledge on to the next person. And it permeates. Now it's like, used to be first thought wrong. Now it's like first thought recovery is starting to come that way.
You know, and let me just say this, and Justin, you'll be able to relate to this because we grew up together, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about right now. But today,
Don't let people know that, James. Calm down.
Tell no one else. If anyone else is listening, James lied. So I had some friends over today. We're doing a barbecue, right? I'm at the grill, and I got a couple guys that work for me, and one of my friend Nick that comes on here sometimes. And like,
it's been a while.
It's been a while. And I turn around, and we're having conversations about how to work our credit, how to build it up, strategies to make it happen, the homes we want to go after, right? And I'm cooking, and I said something to him like, man, can y'all believe we're having this conversation right now? Like, cooking, all right, cookouts used to be, I swear to God, Justin, tell them the truth, right? Cookouts used to be, when my dad was around, we would order a bunch of food, we'd start cooking, we'd have the beer, right? We'd have the cocaine, we'd cook all the damn food, and nobody would eat because we was high as shit.
Yep.
Talking about where we getting our next one and how we going to lie to the old ladies to get away, right? And today we're having grown men conversations about, hey, bro, how can I help you fix your credit so you can get that house you wanted? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big deal, guys. Like, those little moments in our lives, like, pay attention to because they're fucking phenomenal, dude. They're through the charts. If you ask me, that's my opinion.
No, it's true. I want to give a shout out to Misty real quick on 19 months tomorrow. Congratulations. That's freaking awesome. Keep moving, keep going forward, you know, keep progressing. That's awesome. And I just wanted, and hey, I need to tell Allie. So the shirts, she had a comment up there. She's like, are you going to post the shirt? Yes. I haven't really like modeled them off yet. We got to take pictures and we're going to put it on there and then I'll get everything together. I promise this week. We've had a lot go on this week, man. Listen, and you want to talk about the things we get to do these days that are like lost dreams awakened. They're not even lost dreams. These things weren't even supposed to happen. These were not even things that were dreams, but we were at a freaking thing. And you guys probably seen the picture of us at this. It was a community leader, state senator deal, like people from, we live in Florida. We had state representatives and all that, man. We're at this thing talking about the Hope Shot. And then we get asked to stand up, because like of the things we're doing, the positivity we're spreading, the hope, all this stuff, man, the things we're doing in our community. This wasn't supposed to happen. This wasn't part of the plan. You know what I mean?
Bro, we were the only ones that get asked stand up that wasn't a senator or somebody to work in the government office. It blew my mind when they asked me. I'm like, and then I was like, how long do we stand?
Yeah, and it's like, we had our card there at the table. Like, this stuff was never supposed to happen, man. Some dope heads, man, homeless junkies, cast it out, man. This wasn't supposed to happen. But if you fucking pay attention to the signs and what's supposed to happen, then this is where we are, man. Like, we're paying attention, we're doing what we're supposed to do, and that's it, man. And it blows my mind, man. It literally blows my mind. And I'm gonna let Nate share because he's gonna drop bomb right now.
Nate literally blows my mind every time we talk.
Stop it, man.
Telling you.
Stop it. Yeah, it's a cool topic, man. Let me relate it to like before I got to recovery. Before I got to vanity kept me out so goddamn long because I just thought I was so damn cool, man. And people, spiritual people, AA people, NA people, anybody that was doing that sort of stuff was totally square, lame. Like, I did not want to be associated with that. And for somebody like had a mind like I did, you know, I could not conceive of having fun without substance, without something in me. I couldn't even fathom it, man. I couldn't relate, you know? And so that kept me out for so long. And then I get to recovery, and I'm just like, I have no life experience other than prisons, institutions, the streets, you know, and when I get a little bit sober, I look back and I realize how very uncool I was. And I look and I have no idea what comes next. You know, I am completely, I have no frame of reference. I have no idea. Am I going to be able to go to a concert again? Am I going to be able to, you know, go out, have fun, you know, experience? Because I'm basing all these ideas of fun on something that's completely artificial. That's not real. You know what I mean? So I'm basing these ideas of what my future is going to look like and how I'm going to experience these things on all this fake feelings and all these artificial emotions and all this stuff I felt that was not real. You know, it was temporary. It was fleeting. None of it was authentic, you know, and in that realization, I can start to rebuild, you know, because now I'm realizing that what I experienced was not real, right? And now I seek out who I am and what I'm my interest, you know, my passions, my hopes, my dreams, whatever they might be, and the discovery that I make is so revolutionary, is that today, and this doesn't happen. Like my first year, I couldn't do the things that I've done the last year. You know, that my first year too, really, it's still I'm in a rebuilding phase. You know, I'm discovering, you know, what it's like to feel happiness, joy, to you know, manage anger, to feel pain, you know, let it come through me and recognize it and work through it like a responsible adult, you know, and all these very simple things that I never got an opportunity to experience when I was out there. And so I discover who I am, you know, and how to navigate through life without being an emotional basket case. And I get connected. I surround myself with people that have my best interest, that have been shown a solution. And in that solution, I am able to find a sense of security, because the solution is like twofold for me. It's first, you know, connecting with these certain people, and then they show me how to connect to something that they have this power that they've plugged into that I had no idea of. You know, I had no idea what God was, or whatever you want to call it, the higher power, whatever blows your hair back. It's cool with me. I just know that there was something out there, and now I had access to it. And now once I connected to that, now I can breathe. Now I have space to grow. And in that space, I discover all types of neat things. I find that what I thought was fun and a good time has completely evolved. You know what I mean? For me, it was an event. You know, it had to be some type of event, like a big deal, a party, a concert, going out, a rave, what have you. You know, like these. But what happens when I got here is I discover that going out to eat with a few friends and being real and honest with each other is one of the most fulfilling and joyful things I've ever experienced. I find like the most miraculous and magical instances in like the most trivial moments, you know, just like everyday life, because I am doing things that I never thought I would be able to do. Now, I'm not talking about like all these amazing gifts. I was looking outside of my house today and I'm looking at my truck. I see my business logo on the side of it and all my stuff. And I'm like, wow, man, you know, like, and I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is just being okay with who I am. And once I can connect to that and being okay with who I am, it really doesn't matter where the fuck I'm at, dude. You know, like it is okay for me to be anywhere. I can be free. That freedom, that's what this whole deal affords us. It affords us. Yeah. Right on. Yeah. Yeah. So we're afforded freedom. I was afforded freedom. And for me, what I thought as of freedom was, man, I wasn't in prison, right? But no, freedom for me is to be able to go and experience life on life's terms. I hate that. I can't believe I just said that. I get to experience life on life's terms. No, what that means is no matter where I'm at, no matter what's going on, I will be okay. You know, I'm going to be all right because guess what? I'm doing some very simple things on a daily basis that ensures me that I am protected. And I'm using the very tools that got me to where I'm at today. I still use them today on a daily basis. I still pray. I still meditate. I still reach out to 100 people a day about, you know, whatever. And it's in those simple disciplines that I am afforded this freedom so I can experience things. I got into surfing 2 years ago, something I was passionate about. I wanted to try my whole life, but I was always too loaded or incapacitated or in prison. And man, I go to Puerto Rico to surf next Thursday. I love music. I am just passionate about music. I've been to at least 25 shows in the last 6 months, you know, and guess what? None of what was going on outside of my like circle mattered to me. I not that I'm not aware of it or see it, or I mean, I can see that people are getting loaded. It's evident, you know, but guess what? I'm working spiritual principles in my life that allow me. I did not get sober to live in meetings. You know what I mean? I got sober to help others and figure out what my purpose is and to live a life, you know, and which is me not hating on people that like to go to 20, 30 meetings a week. Right on. Whatever blows your hair back, you know, whatever works for you, that's fine. But for me, step work, sponsorship, and, you know, I get to discover what I like to do. And in that discovery, I found some of the, I mean, surfing, that to me is, I don't know how to explain it. You know, it's like trying to explain to somebody what it was like to trip on acid. You just can't explain it. You have to experience it, you know? And yeah, it's magical. But yeah, what I've discovered is that I don't need a concert. I don't need a Chasco Fiesta. I don't need a festival to be full of joy. You know what I mean? I wake up and I connect to my source and I am immediately fulfilled. You know, whatever else comes after that is just an extra blessing, you know, and I'm able to enjoy just ordinary moments, you know, in like, and that's And that's the stuff that I always never thought I would be able to experience. And oh, sorry. And anyway, yeah. So and then conversations like I will not hesitate to tell somebody I'm in recovery, and I probably experience this mostly through my business, you know, because I'm constantly being offered drinks or you want to come smoke or, and you know, I've discovered a great way to just kind of, I'm like, nah, that's just not for me, you know, like, or you know, if the moment strikes me, I'll tell them I'm in recovery, but it's always no, you know, I can't do that. It's not for me. And some, if I feel comfortable enough, I'll tell them my story. Um, a guy just this last week, he looked at this huge scar I got on my arm, and he's like, wow, what happened? And I'm like, well, it was a product of my former life. He's like, I'm like, if you ever want to hear the story, I'll be happy to tell you. And he's like, okay, cool. And yeah, I'm proud of who I am today. I'm accepting of who I was and what I did. Um, but if I don't, I'll never hesitate to tell you I'm in recovery because, you know, it took me seeing people recovering out loud just to see how attractive and to be attracted to this whole life. You know, it took seeing my good friend Johnny, who was in the gutter like I was, did the same things I did, you know, living a completely different life. So because of him, you know, recovering out loud and showing up and trying to be there for me, you know, I was able to see this thing. And I try to be an example of that because that's the whole point of this deal for me is to give this gift of recovery back to whomever's seeking it, and to be able to show up in my family's life, my community's life, my friends' lives, um, God willing, one day my daughter's life. But in the meantime, I get to show up in my other friend's daughter's life. You know, I got to go shopping with my two favorite little girls in the world. Well, let me say 2 out of 3. I don't want to get beat up by Jalen. Yeah. No, man. The gifts of recovery have afforded me the freedom to experience life in ways I could never have conceived of, to where the seemingly ordinary has become magical and miraculous in my life. And for that, I am eternally grateful. And I will continue to show up and do whatever work is necessary to be of the maximum service to the sick and suffering person still out there, man, that thinks there's no way out. Because we are living testaments that anybody can recover and can live a different life. So that is all Nate has for tonight. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Nate.
Nate.
Real quick,
Can I answer that question?
hold on a second, James, man. Just give me 1 second. 1 second. So I want to give a shout out to Barbara for 11 months on Friday. She just celebrated. Congratulations, Barbara. And I think we had one other one in here for 2 years. Jessica says 2-year mark right here, man. Congratulations, Jessica. And then I know you want to answer that question, James. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. So, it's
That one?
Yes. So, what is step work? So in 12-step fellowships, they have literature that guides you through the steps of their recovery. It is suggested not to do it alone, that you should find a sponsor. Okay, it breaks down how to get recovery for people that overcomplicate it. It's step by step by step, and it allows us to learn how to apply spiritual principles in our life. So please ask for a sponsor, go to some meetings, try it out, see if it works for you. And, you know, it ain't going to hurt you. I know that. It is not designed to hurt you.
Yeah. In the same breath, for sake of our mission here, you know, like step work isn't the end all be all. So that doesn't work for everybody, but I can promise you that it's worked for this guy and plenty others in this arena. But yeah, like James said, man, go out there, try it out. You know, it's not going to hurt you. I promise.
Go ahead, Caesar.
Yeah, just real quick, you guys got the freedom shirts on, and Nate used the word freedom a few times. And just one of the greatest freedoms that I get to experience today, I get to choose who I want to spend my time with. That was not a choice I had in the past because of situations that I was in. I was either locked up with the people I was locked up with, or I was using with the people I used with. Those were my resources that I had to be around. And I have the freedom to choose my tribe and my circle today and who I want to surround myself with and who I want to be part of my family. And I do not take that for granted, man. And I've got a beautiful extended family today that I can lean on any time. Anybody that's on this screen, that includes Lance. You know, we don't talk as much as we used to, but he picks up the phone every time that I call. And, you know, it's a big deal. So thank you guys.
All right. Thank you, Caesar. Yeah. And that's the beauty of this thing, man. We just keep growing our family. Everybody becomes family, man, especially when we're all doing the same exact thing, man. You just create these bonds that are like unbreakable. And it's amazing. You know, I wanted to tell everybody, man, like we got some big things happen. I want to be transparent with everybody about what we have going on here at the Hope Shot. We got a lot of good things coming up. We're actually going to be doing a board retreat. We're all on the board for the Hope Shot. The Hope Shot is a nonprofit organization, and we're going to be the recovery community organization for Pasco County is where we live. So what we're doing is we're going to be doing a retreat together to come up with like a structure and policies and what we're trying to do here. You know, we want to make this right here even better, even better experience for people that might be in a maybe rural area and you can't find recovery or meetings that often. Maybe we want to be able to help you as well through the best thing that can happen, like the society, and the worst is the internet, man. The social media, internet, it's awesome, man. You can connect with anybody from all over the world, and it's beautiful, you know. So another thing, if you guys want to support us in other ways, we have a subscriber button, man. You guys can be a subscriber to the Hope Shot and support us that way. It's $4.99 a month. And you guys that's how you guys can support us if you want to. If not, it's not a big deal, man. We do this because we want to. And that's all it is. I'm just letting you guys know. So if you guys wanted to, or if you just want to share, we're good with that. I'm just letting you know that there's other ways to support us. Everything goes to what we're trying to do here. We have a lot of big things in the works. And, you know, all this wouldn't happen without you guys supporting us and always showing up every Sunday, every Wednesday, sharing all that, man. We are truly grateful for you guys being here from day one. You know, this thing has grown into something like I said, man, I'm blown away by what's transpiring, what we're doing. You know what I mean? It was never supposed to be this. And here we are, man, living our fucking a dream to me, man. It's amazing. And, you know, I appreciate y'all. So I just wanted to get that out there, man, be transparent about it. We have some big things coming up this year. So thank you all. Anybody want to say anything else?
Lance does.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, Lance.
You know, when you were mentioning about subscribing and that, I was thinking, and we were talking about step work, a wonderful way to make some of them financial amends is to donate to nonprofits and to help out people that are trying to help out the community. Just putting that out there. So if you're looking for ways to pay back some of that money we might have borrowed back in the day, this would be a wonderful place to do it.
Yeah.
Walmart don't need it, but we sure could use it.
Yeah. It's just small little things, man. We made it easy. So we, you know, because this, I mean, listen, to do good works, man, it costs money. So we just try to get as much as possible, or we try to do as much as possible what we have on our own. And we're grateful for everything we do. And also we have these shirts that you can buy, and I'm going to get it this week. I promise, Allie. That I'm going to get it together this week so you guys can purchase these freedom shirts, man, which has the Hope Shot logo. Nate's got the dark gray ones. We have dark gray ones and we have white ones that are for sale, $15 a piece. And if you want shipping, we can do that as well. So like I said, we appreciate you all. Even if you cannot do anything else but share our lives, that is good enough. And I just want to be totally honest about that we're not here for any kind of money. We're just here letting you guys know, so you guys know there's other ways to support us as well. That's it. So is that it, everybody? We're good? All right. We love you guys. This Wednesday, we're having our Addiction to Success series. We do it every Wednesday, every Sunday, 8 p.m. We go live right here on the Hope Shot. We hope you guys join us this Wednesday, 8 p.m. Till then, love y'all. Good night. Thank you.
Live Tampa Bay.